Taurus, welcome to your Modern Maven Tarot Extended Monthly Tarot for January 2024. Now, I hope you are feeling that optimism and that forward-moving energy with Jupiter direct in your sign, okay? Also, important messages came out with Aries, and if you do have some Aries placements, for those of you with Aries placements, I really do suggest watching that video, okay? Very, very big, important messages and life-changing messages, right? When I was clearing the cards for your reading, like Aries, like a lot of important, kind of heavier energy, right? But when I was clearing the cards for you, Taurus, there was a lot of uplifting optimism, okay? So I really do think that influence of Jupiter direct and feeling hopeful, if you will, with the things that are expanding in your 3D world. A lot of joyfulness. Like I got early 2000s Sean Paul in my head, and it's specifically one song, and I don't know the name of it, like uh-oh, da 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 da, whatever that song is. That's over 20 years ago, I guarantee that song came out. But just this very like it's time to really feel that optimism into our lives, okay? And going to go through the astrology for January, okay? The biggest influences, I would say. So remember, if there are power struggles, you're answering that wake-up call, okay? And also it's this idea of knowing what's for you and what's not for you, all right? Not everything's meant to be fought for, okay? So optimism, like what I told Aries. Now, sometimes, we start the new year and it's yeah, it doesn't feel like a new year, okay? The astrology this year is so perfect. All right, so we start the new year, January 1st, Mercury direct. How amazing is that, okay, for us to move forward? We had the 30th Jupiter direct, right? So that expansion, Mercury direct, feeling clarity and determination. The biggest lesson from Mercury direct on January 1st is leaving the past behind. Hello, old year, right? Old year, old you. New year, new you. Then January 4th, we have Mars in Capricorn, which is also giving us the ambition and determination to really move forward, especially when it comes to how we assert ourselves, okay? So utilizing Mercury direct on the 1st and Mars in Capricorn. I mean, this is a mental clarity, right? With laser light focus on how we assert ourselves, how we move forward, how we assert that passion, okay? Now, January 11th, new moon in Capricorn, all right? Now, this is really a signaling of personal power and progression with long-term goals, okay? So the reason too, I think, now that I'm thinking about it, because when it comes to fire energy, there's not a lot, but when it comes to earth energy, very influential for January, right? So here is where I think that you are going to really stand out, if you will, because the focus is on long-term goals, all right? Earth signs, you're very good at the, slow and steady, staying grounded, understanding that focus to get these dreams into reality, right? It's why you're good manifestors, right? Because it's the slow and steady, right? So I said right so many times. Mercury is still retrograde, okay? And so I'm just feeling my Gemini-ness, my Gemini mind, if you will. My rising and moon is making itself very apparent for these readings. Now, you have that determination to the patience, if you will, okay? Earth energy is very strong in patience, okay? Fire and water and air, they're not as adapt to that, I guess. More fire than anything, but if they can, control that flame. But for you, so much of this focus in January is on long term, right? The end game, if you will. And there's a karmic completion there, okay? So making sure that you pay attention to all of the answers are within you, okay? So you are, though, also really connected to the 3D world. Making sure that you focus within if you feel any doubts of things in your 3D world that are trying to throw you off, if you will, okay? Now, January 13th, Mercury goes back into Capricorn. So it goes into Sagittarius, I believe, and then it comes back into Capricorn. But This is signaling focus and consistency, right? And this could be really honestly something when it comes to your relationships, okay? So this answering the wake-up call and liberation, Taurus, like Venus is ruled by Taurus, love, relationships, okay? There being some sort of need for consistency when it comes to our relationships and making sure that we focus on our relationships. All right, so take that how it resonates. But I do, like I said, I do think that so much of this is that, like, you know, early 2000s, like Sean Paul dancing energy for you, Taurus, okay? But January 20th is the Aquarian new moon. And we also have Pluto in Aquarius. So express your uniqueness with optimism and determination. This is looking like that that new moon is really going to be clearing something. Now, you know, new moons are generally for bringing in the new, right? But the days leading up to that new moon, I'm getting this strong sense, this strong clarity of the power that this is going to have to release and accept change and discard something, whether it just be a belief, but discarding something and really harnessing that new Aquarian new moon energy. Because remember, like age of Aquarius, like lifting us up, you having optimism and determination while staying grounded is going to be so significant. Okay, Taurus? Now, let's talk about that Venus. January 23rd, Venus in Capricorn, focusing on long-term relationships. All right? So like I said, so much of this is some liberation when it comes to the consistency and focus on our relationships, and not just relationship with others, but relationships with yourself. Okay. And so important not to get stuck looking at that Capricorn paradigm, but what is trickling into your life with the Aquarian age. Okay. Having a new perspective and like knowing that things are shifting. Okay. Okay. I'm sensing a little bit of resistance with that, Taurus. So if you are feeling a little resistance when it comes to that, go within and see where that's coming from, all right? Full moon in Leo. This is a powerful one, okay? Now, this is related to the ego. This is related to our confidence, okay? Clearing the way. This full moon in Leo is clearing the way. And how perfect, you know, stepping into Aquarius season, you know, with this a few days later. Choose your influence wisely. All right. This is really a message of how we express our shadow, how we show our shadow. Okay. The wheel turning in your favor, utilizing that energy that we felt with Jupiter turning direct at the end of December into the end of this month. Now, here's another fun thing I like. January 27th, Uranus goes direct in Taurus, okay? And so this is so perfect because this is why, too, I think why this optimism, this strong energy is so focused on you is because we had Jupiter direct in Taurus at the end of December. Now we have Uranus direct in Taurus at the end of January. Now, Uranus direct in Taurus is signaling unexpected events that take you forward, all right? If you embrace that change and work towards your future, that is where that shift is. So amazing. All right, so that is the overall energy for January for the collective, okay? So I do suggest, I am linking the Bustle article. I love Bustle's astrology updates. They're my favorite. I will be linking that article so you can read more into each of these and how it actually, and how it specifically affects your sign. But the general overall for their Taurus energy is that fresh start, that optimism, that faith, okay? And really embracing the unknown, all right? Because when you have the confidence that it's leading you to the future and not to your past, that's where that all unlocks so many choices, all right? That optimism, that, you know, childlike belief, you know, I'm getting Disney, you know, When You Wish Upon a Star, and that carefree childlike energy that comes with that, okay? All right, so let's see where we have Taurus, January 2024. can't get Sean Paul out of my head. I love it. All right. Yeah, there's some, wow, Uranus going direct is going to be huge for you, Taurus. Fresh start. Like this is the vibe of Uranus direct and Taurus at the end of the month. Huge. Huge when it comes to emotional fulfillment. Huge when it comes to liberating yourself from fear that holds you back in the past. Amazing. Perfect. Interesting. All right. We will clarify this at the end too. Overall energy, like I said, hello, who's showing up? The Faith card is ruled by Taurus. All right. Really putting your beliefs into practice, really focusing on the follow through, the determination. Okay. It's also remembering that that inner light is within all of us, okay? So the nature of appearances, okay? And if you're a fan of Joseph Campbell and the hero's journey and the power of myth and how all of these myths are intertwined with the same message, they're just shown differently, but it all comes from that same light, okay? That is the overall theme that's going to keep you grounded and balanced for this month. So this is just such a wonderful, warm card to have in general. But for you, Taurus, to have a card ruled by your energy with such powerful optimism, determination, and belief, faith is showing up every day. Okay, so that's the most important thing is if you are working on manifesting something, whether it be a relationship or career, you know, expressing your creativity, expressing your uniqueness, you got to show up every day and do it, right? It's like, you know, faith with the routine that somebody of a religious faith of like, I mean, I grew up Catholic, so I'm just going to give that example, but saying a prayer at the end of the night, right? Like it's that kind of routine. Like this is an everyday thing. This is an everyday putting your beliefs into practice, all right? You have a website you're working on. You work on it every day. You have art. You work on that art every day, or you at least put that energy out there every day. You're a writer. You show up and you write every day. Like there is something to that consistency and making sure you apply yourself, all right? Now, this is interesting too. So this is in the area of what you need more of. And this is ruled by Mercury and Sagittarius, all right? So I'm really getting like you need to really make sure that your confidence and excitement, that it's in your thoughts, it's in how you speak. You don't want to be speaking about the past. 8 of Wands is forward motion, okay? It's seeking out new experiences, but I think very much specifically because it's Mercury, and we have Mercury direct with leaving the past behind, you got to talk about the future. You can't talk about the past. And Aries actually got this message very important too, because their overall was moving away from something mentally, right? Leaving the past behind is for the collective, but we're going to be seen in different ways. So for you, honestly, you gotta speak about your future. You gotta speak about your passion, your creativity, okay? That fire, what ignites that fire. Focus on that and boosting your confidence with that forward motion, okay? Yeah, the 9 of Wands. Okay, so this is really reminding you, hang in there. You have strength in reserve. Like if there is delays, you are prepared to move forward through the challenges. You know that you are building your resilience, okay? And it also is indicating to me that the new moon and the full moon is going to be really important. So do pay attention. Like if you have strong Capricorn placements or strong Leo placements, you're going to feel the effects of that moon. And so it could be, especially because Sagittarius is fire like Leo, this could be really, really a strong indication of that Leo full moon. Clearing the way and choosing your influence wisely can feel a little heavy, all right? But knowing that this is in the position of what you have the right amount of, I'm not seeing a hiccup at all right? I am really seeing this as building your strength, okay? Yes. 7 of Swords is in the area of what you need less of. We need to stop thinking about how we've been betrayed. We need to stop thinking about the things that have hurt us, the people who have betrayed us, all right? And if we are getting an indication of betrayal this month, how we react to it is really the focus. I love this. What you can change is the Queen of Coins, all right? And so I really think so much of this is your confidence and nurturing that feminine divine energy that's within you, that inner light, right? That is, you can change all of this, but it comes from within, right? You can get, and so, well, you know what's also, like, God, I don't know. Some of you might have some really strong Aries placements, because what's so fascinating about this is that Aries got the Devil where the Nine of Wands is, right? And they got the Ace of Coins in the position that you have the Queen of Coins. Now, the Devil has the coin behind them, but it's blocked, right? It's blocked by their shadow and control. It's blocked by the shadow keeping them in a toxic cycle that is stuck in the past, okay? And the Queen of Coins here in the area of what you can change is you can unlock all of that financial abundance, stability, right? From shining that inner light within. And it was like the same message. It was just like reverse. It's so fascinating to see that. Queen of Coins, though, really, you know, it's that just practical, loving, like it's not ruled by Venus, but I really do get a lot of Venus love energy from this, okay? So just knowing that the confidence in what you're doing is giving you all the abundance that you deserve, okay? It's also like a message of hard work, all right? And nurturing those things. You have to nurture your financial projects. You have to nurture your creative products for them to flourish, okay? And it's consistency, all right? Very much interesting, very productive and consistent. All right, what you need to accept. This is very fascinating because I'm going to dive into this a little off track, but Eight of Swords is ruled by Jupiter and Gemini, all right? Our thoughts block us, okay? So really, I'm getting a strong indication because especially Jupiter direct in Taurus, right? That expansion. If you're not seeing that expansion, we really need to start thinking about our thoughts, all right? Our blocks, our fears. When we're saying we're blocked, when we're saying we're limited, when we say we can't do something because of something, how can you switch that narrative, okay? And if there is a block, am I supposed to be doing this in a different way? But you really need to accept that this negative thinking is blocking you from all of that abundance that's with Jupiter, all right? And if we're feeling stuck, we are in control of unfreeing ourselves. If she'd just take that blindfold off that she has in fear, she'd see these swords that she can cut herself from that web, all right? So whatever that web is, you need to remind yourself that you are in control of that. So with so much of this forward motion, especially Mercury direct right off the bat, that's where we have to go within, all right, and find that. Now, the Three of Swords ending the month, which we will clarify at the end. This is ruled by Saturn in Libra. So there is a lesson here when it comes to balancing the light and the dark, all right? Seeing how a past hurt is actually helped you in some way, all right? To see more clear, to think more clearly, all right? You don't get lost in the sorrow. The heart teaches the mind, all right? Let that water nurture your earth. If you're this is what I'm getting. If you're bottling up emotions or you're pretending that this hurt isn't as bad as it was, that's not, you let those emotions flow. Bottling up emotions is really toxic. Like crying is really good for you. It releases toxins, okay? And not just the toxins, but the toxic energy, all right? But reminder, you want to embrace that forward energy. You want to continue moving forward. You don't want to get stuck in the past. And so that is really, I'm believing, the big message, all right? We're leaving the past behind. Let it out. But then move forward, okay? So much of this is related to how we're, the things that we need to clear and the things that we need to let go of or accept are so much related to our thinking and how we communicate. So I said, remember, if things from the past, because the universe is going to give you some lessons here. Somebody's going to ask you, like, you know, it could be an ex, like, oh, well, how is it with, you know, blah, 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 especially somebody you might still be attached to through work or other obligations. And how you talk about that's really important, okay? And how do we redirect? Like, oh, actually, you know, that's part of a past story of mine. That's an old chapter. You don't even need to say that. You could just start talking about where you're going. You know what I mean? Like, people will get the hint. So there's something to that, redirecting not only your thoughts, but how you communicate about a situation. Because you don't want to lie and say, oh, things are great when they're not great. All right? You don't want to bring it in. You don't want to talk it into existence. You don't want to think it into existence. And I get that. I have Venus in Taurus. All right? So trust me, I am taking this message to heart. Get the pun? Venus, heart, huh? Love? All right. So let's get some past life energy. Because like I said, like overall, this is very wonderful energy. This is all very much controlled. You know what I mean? Like there's not, the only major arcana you have is yourself. All right. So you have the power, you have the control. All right. And accepting this powerful confidence. Okay. Accepting everything too is in its right place to get where you want to go, and just clearing this. Like this is, you've got that, all right? Also, Taurus, if you do like this reading, please do like the video, comment if it resonates in a specific way, share with other people you think it might resonate with, and please subscribe to Modern Maven Tarot. It really does help the algorithm and getting my videos shown to other people. Sagittarius has really taken off as far as my reading, so if you have any Sagittarius placements and you're watching this, thank you so much. And also thank you to my new subscribers. Like that is really starting to build up for me. So I love seeing that with Jupiter going and expanding, going direct in your sign. Now this past life energy, this can be if you have children, your past life before you became a parent, if you're in a long-term relationship, your life when you were single, your past life being your childhood, or an actual past life. So take that how it resonates. But we are just going to get some overall past life energy for the month of January 2024. Love that it fell right on here. So I'm really getting an indication that this past life energy is really beneficial for you. Hi, of course it's beneficial. Oh my goodness. This is so cool because you have so much uniqueness, all right? So going back again, January 20th, Aquarius new moon, Pluto in Aquarius, express your uniqueness with optimism and determination. There's wisdom there. All right, let's get into this. I am so excited for this. This card indicates that you have tremendous wisdom and knowledge from prior lifetimes that seek to resurface now. Even if you've never thought of yourself as particularly wise, this card indicates that you learned important lessons and information that will serve you and others if it's reawakened now. This card can indicate that it's time for you to return to school or seek additional education of some sort. This may even be a sign that you're changing your career path. Your reemerging knowledge is guiding you to work that is more meaningful. This card asks you to believe in yourself and know that you have what it takes to tackle a career related to your true interests and passions. I love this. So a reminder that there's like some unexpected stuff, like Uranus direct in your sign, unexpected events that take you forward. Might not be in the direction you were thinking, but it's the direction that you inside know you want to go. All right, so we can't fear that unknown. Oh, I love this. Okay, now let's get an empowering question for Taurus. All right, can I get an empowering question for Taurus for January 2024? Empowering question for Taurus, January. Now that's another thing too, is like it's kind of hard to believe that 2024 is already here, right? And a lot of the astrologers that I love, Pam Gregory, Heather Ensworth, like they talk about how, time is going to be really speeding up, like one day it's all like, oh my God, how is it already this time? So that's why, showing up every day and having that consistency and determination can also keep us grounded when it comes to time. Because, if we allow that, that vastness of, time is an illusion, but if we get too far deep into that and just kind of don't have a structured routine, we could unfortunately wake up one day and be like, oh my God, I can't believe it's already this time and I haven't done this, so just keep that in mind, okay, Taurus? Perfect. Your empowering question is, what is my gift to the world? So there is something here when it comes to what you want to pursue, like deep down what you really want, you know? And that being your gift to the world. All right, let's get some crystal energy here. All right, let's get some crystal energy. Is that gonna benefit Taurus for January? Interesting. Oh, heck yeah. Well, you got two. I didn't even notice that other one that was underneath. You got kunzite, which is heart activation. What was I talking about? Taurus, Venus, love, hello. And, oh, you got that upside down, but I don't read these upside down because they're crystal energy. You got angelic truth. Yeah, there's something here to that fire within you that's getting activated. And you activate that through love. And not just love for other people, but most importantly, love for yourself. Like, honestly, like I'm getting this strong indication of like making sure you take enough baths, you know? Water that earth, that body of yours. Very cool. All right, we're going to get a clarify, and then we're going to close this out, Taurus. Just another last minute reminder to like, comment, share, subscribe to Modern Raven Tarot. More specifically, just make sure you hit that like button. That really does help the algorithm when it comes to that. But this is amazing. All right. Just had a message here related to that Gemini, but I'm just going to go past that. All right, I want to clear this out of the way because we are going to clarify that Three of Swords at the end of the month. All right, let's clarify the Three of Swords at the end of the month for Taurus for January 2024. Normally I do an overall clarifier, but you and Aries got a card that needed like specific clarification at the end of the month. So let's clarify Three of Swords for Taurus at the end of January. Definitely way too many cards. So we are going to clarify that. Honestly, like, I love this deck, but my poor tiny hands are not good with that. Okay, let's clarify the Three of Swords at the end of the month. Okay, yeah. Well, this makes perfect sense. If you're feeling that you know, that deep wound, you have to remember how your shadow utilizes this to try and keep you safe. Your shadow thinks it keeps you safe when it keeps you stuck in like outdated patterns or beliefs. This is also ruled by Capricorn, so I think this is something really important to kind of nip in the bud in Capricorn season before that Aquarius new moon on January 20th, okay? So like this is something really important to, or I'm sorry, Aquarius season starts 21st, but before the Aquarius new moon on January 20th. We want to nip this in the bud during Aquarius, or before Aquarius season, during Capricorn season. So please take time to do that shadow work and do it in a way of like, this is propelling me forward. You know what I mean? Getting excited about that. Because when we're feeling this, you know, the heart teaches the mind. Don't get lost in the sorrow. That's your shadow trying to keep you grounded in what you know, even if what you know isn't where you want to go, you know? So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Taurus. As always, always remember to shine your inner light, all right? You've got this.